Hello, I'm Ghana, and I'm going to talk about the project I did using the Chronos Watch, dealing with remote disconnect and load management. And I used the Chronos Watch to manage the power to a load. And you can turn it off from the Chronos Watch. This is a manual mode and a auto mode. In manual mode, you can turn it on manually, turn it off. In auto mode, you have a trigger, and whenever the power is above that trigger, then the power will automatically be turned off. And this project consists of a smart meter board that measures the power consumption of a load, in this case, which is the lamp. In addition, it contains a relay box that contains the EZ430 RF2500 end device that communicates with the EZ430 2500 access point, and the access point sends commands to the end device to trigger the relay on or off. In addition, there is a sub 1 gigahertz access point that is used to communicate with the Chronos Watch. And the computer acts as a bridge for the sub 1 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz. And the reason why that's important is because when utility companies send commands, they're to use sub 1 gigahertz. However, in the house, you would have a 2.4 gigahertz communication. And the smart meter board, once it measures the power consumption, it sends it to the CC2530, which would send the readings to an in-home display that would display the readings, and also would send it to the serial port to be displayed by the GUI. And now to demo the manual mode, start the Chronos Watch in energy option. And right now, it's displaying 0000 as the power consumption reading, and when I turn it on by pressing the down button, the load turns on, and the power reading on the GUI displays 67.69 watts, and also it's displayed on the watch. From the watch, I could also turn it off. And now the reading goes down to 0 watts, which is right here and also on the watch. Now for the trigger mode, you can set the trigger either from the GUI or the Chronos Watch. And they're automatic sync, so right now I set the trigger at 70. If I was to go back to manual mode and turn it on from the watch, you see that the reading is 67.7 watts. Now go back to trigger mode. From the watch, you can decrement the trigger by 1 or increase it by 1. So when I decrease it, so that the trigger is less than what the power consumption is, the load automatically gets turned off, and you go back to the manual mode, and you have to turn on the manual mode. Now, in addition to that, there's also this power feature, such that this power timeout feature, that if the power was to go off, the computer will automatically time out of the energy option, and also the watch would go out of the energy option. And this project is pretty useful for utility companies because it will allow them to remotely disconnect the services of someone who did not pay their bill on time. Because usually, what could happen is Someone could try to come to turn it off, but a bad payer might pay the person who's to turn it off money in order to keep it on. And with this, you eliminate that problem. And also, it would allow users to manually to manage their power in order to reduce their power consumption.